Right, so drones on the bike, camping, all that stuff. Are they any good or not? Well, this is my drone kit, and we're going to see how long it takes me to get up. So I've had to come to a nice location. I'm actually halfway down a bridle path at the moment. No, not with the bike. The bike is a long ways off in a car park somewhere. But I've come down this bridle path because I've got a field in front of me, and I'm going to fly a little bit for my drone. So, haven't flown this thing in ages, so not going to rush. But I have a pre-list on the back of my phone here in the case, things I need to do. So just make sure the back, check for the drone defects, make sure everything looks all right. Everything looks okay for me. Batteries charged. Yep. 4 green lights. Screens to max brightness. Oh yes, turn this on. Make sure I've got this on max brightness. Otherwise I'll not be able to see. Okay, it's on max now. Now what's next? Sunglasses. Yep, got them on my head. SD card check. Antennas up. Antennas up on the old thing. Compass okay, interface, area clear, takeoff. Okay, so let's turn this on. Turn that on. Okay, we'll wait for this to connect. I hear some agricultural equipment somewhere. Okay, so the controller is connected to the drone. So I just need to click the phone to the controller. Almost set up, almost up in the air. How long we've taken? That's 2 minutes. 2 minutes setup time so far. Right then, go fly. Okay, so just double check everything's okay. Okay, we're not in sphere mode. Actually, let's take a sphere shot. So to take a sphere shot with this, I have to actually take this off the gimbal. Okay, got it. So I've got a little lens, little polarizing lens filter. Right, so I'm going to take the drone off. Up we go. Very stable actually. Right, let's off we go. This is one of my favourite modes where you can take a 360-degree picture. So it's on automatic at the moment. It's just taking a 360-degree picture of the entire area. I like this because it takes about, what, 40 something pictures, and you can stitch it together using the in-app, or you can, yeah, on your computer you can use ICE, Microsoft ICE Enhancer. It's a free software anyway. But yeah, I mean, I got this for second hand. In total, this entire bag here, everything, I spent £400 on the drone, plus I bought some extra batteries, and I bought a phone. Like, that's everything. I mean, I got it second hand, and I just bought these little bits, you know, that's including every little add-on that I bought here. This was £500, and you know, that's not too bad. Oh yes, and you have to pay that road tax. One of these drones practical to take with you on the bike? I'm not sure really, because it is quite a big size, especially if, so most of the time I go away, I go camping, so this is the kit I would take if I was going to go camping with it. And I've only been, you know, with it a few times. But the problem is, especially in the UK, you can only fly it, there's a lot of set reasons or circumstances that you can actually fly this drone. It has to be, for instance, it has to be dry, like today. You have to have a nice open area, like I do here. But you're not allowed to fly them near the road. The rules have cracked down quite a lot now, so you can't actually use them sort of thing to film the bike. You can film around the bike, and perhaps in a quiet road you could get a shot of you riding off, but you would never be able to get a shot of you tracking so much. Maybe a little bit off-road if you haven't got too many trees overcast. yeah, it's a weird thing. Whether or not you'd be allowed to take it as well. I mean, my bag is as cut down as I can get, and it's got the bare necessities, which is so-so, but that's the same as space as like my cooking equipment that when I take on holiday, when I take camping with me. So, you know, taking camping and stuff like that does eat up a lot of space. So I wouldn't be able to take all my camera bits, but potentially I could take this, my GoPro perhaps, and then this small camera that I'm recording on now, and that would be my camera kit essentially for a trip or two. But is it actually worth having a drone? I don't know if it is. If you're someone who really enjoys photography, really enjoys making and doing sort of stuff like this, then yes, a drone is fantastic, but it's quite an expensive investment. I really recommend getting the DJI Tello drone first to see if you enjoy it, because it's small enough where you can put it in your backpack and it is somewhat usable. It's not amazing, but it is something that you can experiment with, and I really like that little kit. Part of me wishes I never gave away to Epic Adam. He hasn't made any videos with it yet. Get on that. But that is a nice little drone to use. The wind takes it. It's a little toy drone essentially, but it's a good way of getting used to, am I going to want to use a drone or not? And certain people buy a drone, they'll fly it a couple of times and that's it. But now in the UK, they've clamped down on the drones especially, and it's a lot of faff to get these bigger autonomy drones. If I hadn't bought a drone or anything like that, I probably would have got the smaller, cheaper one, the 249 grams one. That one is looking wicked, but it doesn't have them autonomy modes where it can, automated modes where it can follow you and all that stuff. So I'm kind of glad I've got this drone. I'm not going to change it. I'm not going to buy another drone in a very, very long time if I ever do, because this picture quality is perfect for me. It is 1080p, but it has a really good sensor on it, so it looks really good and crisp and clear, and the stabilised gimbal and everything, it does well enough for what I need it to do. I've landed the drone. I'm going to put the drone away, back into its box. So ideally you want to, wow, the drone got a bit dusty there. Ideally you want to just give it a quick clean, because it might have got a bit dusty. So I'm just giving it a quick clean. Oh, it did get a bit dusty from that landing, didn't it? I think I might need to add another cleaning cloth to my box here. Okay, there we go. It's mostly free. Have to give it a bit of compressed air when I get home, maybe, to get that dust out. Bit of dust in there. Right, put this back on. Right, and ideally you want to leave it to cool down a bit as well, because they do get a bit hot. They do get incredibly hot, these little things, when they are going. Right, I'm going to unplug this, unplug the drone, unplug the phone. So, you know, it's a good 2 minutes to set this thing up. And if you have a really hot day or in a hot country and people just want to get on the road, and it's the thing, if you're travelling with people, you have to, like, guys, I want to be in my drone. And you have to probably ask them. I'd ask everyone in advance, shall I bring a drone? Because yeah, bring a drone. It's like, yeah, I know there's, yeah, bring a drone, but I need time. You can't rush me. You definitely cannot rush. This is one of the things that you can definitely not rush. If you rush, you're going to make a mistake. You definitely cannot rush with drones, and everyone needs to understand that. And if you're going to be faffing around for a bit, people, I don't like faffing around too much, and I don't like waiting on people, and I hate people waiting on me. So, you know, put it back away, take the bag out, put it back in here. So, you know, it's a lot of prep and a lot of tear down and all that stuff. So, look at this, I can go back in properly and all that. There we go. Yeah, a couple more minutes to put it all away at least. So you're looking at five minutes setting up roughly, a couple of minutes tearing down, a few minutes flying. So yeah, you could be stopped for half an hour just to do 10 minutes of flying, you know, get everyone like, where do you want to be? I can get a shot of you riding past or something like that. And that shot would take a lot of effort to do. So yeah, it is a lot of effort to do. And you also have to learn and go somewhere to learn how to fly, practice how you're flying and all that stuff. And yeah, it took me probably a few hours of flying to get really used to it. And I had to change the settings as well. And now I have to walk back to where my bike's parked, which is, yeah, a good 5-minute walk. So yeah, I've literally walked 5 minutes, flown the drone for about 6 minutes, all the setup time and everything, got a few pictures, and that's it. And the reason why I've had to come all the way over here is because I have to drive or ride a good 20 minutes to a location where I can fly it, because where I live, a bit too close to an airport, so I can't even fly it in my garden, for instance. Because you can't fly within 5 miles of having a drone. You can't do all these things, so it's a shame, because before the rules changed I could fly it in my garden, but then they extended the range and everything, and of course you have to pay your air tax or road tax, so you can't fly in London, you can't do a lot of things, so you have to go somewhere, you have to learn the controls, then after you've done all that legwork, and if you haven't crashed it and smashed it yet, then you can start to try and get shots, but you got to get someone else. You can't get yourself in the shot really. You can't ask your friends now to just hold the drone controls and get them to fly it, because it's now illegal for someone to fly my drone who doesn't have a license. Because you have your flying ID, you have your license plate, and you have to have it written on the drone, essentially. Yeah. A lot of stuff like that needs to be taken into account if you're going to get a drone or not, but yeah. Well, whether or not you want to get a drone or not, it's up to you. But they've really clamped down on them now. And yeah, you do get some good, amazing shots with them. But I like photography, I like making videos, and that's why I own one. Plus, you might be able to nip one for quite cheap now as well, especially as all these new ones are on the market. Is it £13? £13 for the year for the road tax, and you have to take an online course, drone safety, responsible flying, etc. Anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching. I think it's 11 o'clock. And that means it's time for a coffee or a drink or something, and because I have my drone with me, I don't have my coffee making facilities on with me, so I'm gonna have to head home or miss a coffee.